by the name, you can probably guess that a consequentialist is going to judge rightness and wrongness based on the consequences of actions, okay? So it's not going to be something in an act itself that determines whether it's right or wrong. It will be entirely determined upon its outcome, right? What the consequences are. And then depending on the theory, that will tell us whose consequences we're concerned with, right? So if you're an egoist, right, an ethical egoist, you're only concerned with the consequences for yourself. But if you're a utilitarian, you'd be concerned with the consequences for everybody involved, right? So there are different types of consequentialism. That's pretty much always the case for these terms, is they're like umbrella terms, right? Lots of different types of people. A deontologist, on the other hand, is also judging actions, but not based on their consequences. Instead, they're looking at something in the act itself, typically about whether or not it corresponds with a universal rule, right? So we tend to have two different types of deontology. You get the classic, like, religious one, God's rules, right? Or you get the more philosophically famous one from Immanuel Kant. This is Kantian, like can't touch this, but with a K. Sorry, bad jokes. My co-ed soccer team in grad school were called the Nasty Cons. Okay, so Kantian deontology is the famous one, right? And this is the guy who says that if something is right, it's right for everybody in all cases at all times. So basically, you should be able to create a universal rule for it if it's right. And if you can't, then it's wrong. That's the simplified version, right? So consequentialism versus deontology, big difference, right?